guys.
Did my Best Buy package show up?
Yeah, it was here yesterday.
Oh, where is it?
I don't know. I'm live. Hey guys. Give us just a minute. We're getting everything up and running. It's wherever the mail is from yesterday. Probably in there.
Hi, ET4D.
Alright guys, we're getting up and running. Give us just a second. Kai's on listening to our chaos. All is well. Load comments. Okay. So tonight we're going to do a unboxing, first look, initial opinions on the new Hobby Lobby turner. And I'm calling it new because it's not the Spin It, but it is Hobby Lobby's own. You can tell it's got the Hobby Lobby like item number on it. And it's very similar in style to ones that several are seeing on Michaels. No, they're seeing on Amazon. It's similar in style to the Amazon turners is what I'm trying to think of. So, let us know when you hop on in. So we see that you guys are here. Like I said, this is going to be a complete first look. I have not opened the box. I've seen some other opinions on it. I've admittedly formed some opinions already, for better or for worse. And, but this is the first time I've actually gotten my hands on it. So, I know there's been some desire in the group for another budget turner. Yes, this is the Hobby Lobby one. So this one is $34.99. But it's yellow sticker, so you can't use a coupon on it at Hobby Lobby. But still, it brings you into a more budget-friendly price point than some of the other turners. So, for those of you that are just starting out and looking for more of a budget turner to get started, but don't want to build their own, this is what we've got. So, like I said, this one is $34.99. It's yellow sticker, which at Hobby Lobby means you can't use a coupon on it. So that is the price. No coupons. So, we're just going to go ahead and open this thing. In case there's anybody who still is looking for it, it is not on their website. I confirmed that again today. And stores are rolling them out slowly. So this would be your item number if you want to check if your Hobby Lobby has them, but you would have to call and have them look in their inventory. So 1869130. So I'm going to try and keep this in frame as best I can today. Let's go ahead and open this puppy up. All right. So you get your foam piece. Oh, I can already tell I'm going to have to do some assembly. I'm going to have to go grab a screwdriver because I did not bring one in. Okay. So there's definitely some assembly required. If you weren't aware of that, because I quite honestly wasn't. But that makes sense to fit it in this size box. Let me go grab a screwdriver, and I will be right back. I'm trying to keep you guys are like at a funky angle. I'm trying to get you so you're not, but bear with me. Okay. Let me go grab a screwdriver. Flatheads aren't going to help me. Dana, can you bring me a Phillips, please? All right. we're going to go ahead and get started. In the meantime, it is not on the website. It is not coupon eligible. I just need a Phillips head when you get a chance. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. I don't know if they will order them in. I do know they're not on the website yet. And they're rolling them out selectively. So here's your parts list. You've got your motor, your base plate, your tube holder, your foam sleeve, your PVC tube, long screw, short screw, and locking nuts. So, the instructions are fairly simple. I'm fairly confident we can figure this out without really reading them, but yeah, we will get there. So, the first thing we're going to do is pull out the motor piece. So I know a lot of people prefer the motors that, like this have, I'm just noticing, I don't think I have a PVC cap in here. Interesting. We will have to figure this out. I think we might be missing pieces. Maybe it'll be there when we open the foam. This is rotisserie motor style, which I know a lot of people prefer from a safety standpoint. So that's cool. The downside to that is, well, it's not a downside. It's a personal preference. It is going to be rotisserie speed. So the people that like the faster turners, that's not for you. I'm assuming it needs to go feet down, but if I do that, it's like off balance. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to open this other little, yeah, this is a true first impression. Like, don't beat me up like you guys beat up Kai when she did her first impression on the Spinet. But I seriously think I'm missing a piece. Just heads up. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to attach it with the shorter screws. So this is a some assembly required type thing. So keep that in mind if you're not someone who likes to do assembly. I am unscrewed. They screwed these on with the locking nuts, so you have to undo the locking nuts to put it together. I am trying to work around a tripod, so bear with me just a little bit on that, because it is currently between me and the turner. That's going to be the screw that needs a screwdriver. Okay. So again, I'm just unscrewing the locking nut. There's going to be 3 of these that are going to go through here. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. I am assuming I'm still in frame. So keep in mind you're going to want those tight, because otherwise you're going to get rattle from that motor. Okay, so I'm not missing a piece. They are genuinely not giving you any sort of cap. Interesting. Okay. Okay. We'll try it. We'll see. I'm holding my opinion. So all 3 of these with the locking nuts are in. Obviously I should not have done this as a live unboxing because I did not realize it was not already assembled. But now you're seeing it. So I will tighten these a little bit more. It's not plastic. That's true. It is not plastic like the Spin-It. It doesn't have the really, really weird mixer arms for your cup holder. Those are benefits. I will tell you, I am 99% sure this is not standard half-inch PVC. I think this might be furniture grade. I could be wrong. I will check it. I do have standard, but you would still have to drill a hole for this screw if you wanted to have replaceable arms. This is the new one that is carried at Hobby Lobby. So then this is going to go here, and again, it's going to connect. I am fairly confident with the locking screws. Yeah, 2 short screws and locking nuts. We call that one. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew these before we do anything else. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. By the time I do this, I might as well have built my own turner. That's just my opinion, but by the time I put it together like this, I feel like I may as well. But you don't have to worry about it being level because everything's pre-drilled and it's metal, so it's not like you're fighting needing to level in that sense. I'm trying to stay in frame, but I have a huge delay and I'm working around the tripod with the other camera, so I can't really see. Kai really can't confirm nor deny because she doesn't actually know if I have one on me or not. You cannot use a coupon because it is yellow sticker. So that means no coupon at Hobby Lobby, but it is $34.99. So it is a more budget-friendly turner than some of the others. We have definitely more budget-friendly than Texas Laser. But it's yeah. Okay, so then interesting. Okay, so it does come with this foam piece, which is, we'll test that on a couple of tumblers. I may only have 20 ounce down here, but we'll look at that. Here's the part, I will be honest, here's the part I don't like about it. And that is how this arm's going to attach. So now this piece is supposed to go over the PVC arm, and we can do that. And if you do that ahead, like if you went ahead and attached this permanently, you would just have to carefully thread your PVC through every time. I'm not even gonna worry about putting that on just yet. Here's the part that I'm not sure I love about this turner. I'm going to try and zoom in on this part for you guys. I don't know if you can see. Can you guys see that decently well? I think you can. So what we're going to have to do is line this hole in the PVC up with this hole on the arm, okay, on the motor. And then you have to put the screw through it. All the way through, and if you have it lined up right, it's going to come out the other side. So what does that mean if you're trying to do multiple cups? You are probably not taking this off with a cup still on it if you have to go through all that. Nope, Glenna, this is the new one at Hobby Lobby. Even if you don't, I mean, yeah. So then this piece would go over the top. and then your foam would go on it down here. So I haven't put that locking nut on. Let me turn it around and go ahead and lock it. And I'm putting the top over in this bag for the time being. This one's going to be a bear because it's a very tight spot to put this itty bitty locking nut on. And you guys are still way zoomed in. My apologies. Let me see. All right, that should be better. So my first thought is while the rest of the motor feels really sturdy, seems really level, the motor's really sturdy, although it does, but that's okay, it's going to be balanced by the weight of the cup. This piece, to me, is an aggravation. That's just me. It's still way better than the Spin-It, in my opinion, so far. Why can't you put a Carter pin in it? You probably could, it just doesn't come with one. That would be the modification the first modification I would suggest. But you're still left with, if you want to make yourself any more arms, you would have to drill a hole that lines up perfectly. So that's the other piece, as opposed to just it fitting in a cap. So let's go ahead and put the foam. Let me see if you guys can see. Make sure you're in frame. All right, so this foam piece is what it comes with. So down here I have a built 20 at the moment. So let's see what it does with that. It's gonna be, I wouldn't use it like that on my builds because it's not going to stay level. This may fit in. Hold, please. This one is a Hobby Lobby 20. Let's see if it fits in their own 20 ounce. This one's a Hobby Lobby 20. No, it's still dramatically wider. So I'm not quite sure which cup, if any, this foam insert is really made to fit. Hey, Tanya. This is the new Hobby Lobby turner. We're just, this is initial thoughts, straight out of the box. So, it's definitely not 3/4. It may be 1/2 inch, but it may also be furniture half, which is slightly narrower. So this foam does not go all the way through, first of all, but now it's on there. Is the foam in frame? Well, we were closer on the Hobby Lobby. This is a Hobby Lobby, so we'll see. It's still dramatically bigger than it, but let's just squish it and make it work just to see. Just to see what happens. Okay. So I'm gonna have to fiddle to get it level because of that foam piece. Not because of the arm. The speed is not adjustable, and it's a rotisserie motor, so it's gonna be your slower speed. It's gonna be your 2.5 to 3. It's a rotisserie motor, Tanya. It is thin. It is a thick wall PVC. But I think it's 1/2 inch. I will check that for you guys. We didn't screw the piece that goes over this on yet, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and, that's not going to change the way it works, I don't think. So, could you use your own noodle? I would think you would almost have to for most cups. Oh my goodness, there we go. I think you'd almost have to use your own noodle for most cups. But you'd have to get a noodle that's narrow enough to go over 1/2 inch PVC. So this is spinning I should have put a sticker or something on it so you guys could see that it was moving. Does that give you enough contrast to see that it's moving? Kinda, sorta. There. So now it's got some tape on it so you can tell that it's spinning. How about that? Yeah, the noodle, it's not even a noodle, it's just a foam piece. So it is on, it is spinning, it is quiet. So it has that in comparison to the Spin It For Sure. And it will switch directions. So where I'm having the arm itself is turning fine. Where you run into an issue is between the foam and the cup. But yes, a rotisserie motor is going to be super slow. Kai should know I'm in my dining room. I don't have much in here that's helpful at the moment, but so it is slow. It is a rotisserie motor, so it's going to be closer to your 2.5 range. It's definitely dramatically better than the Spin It, in my opinion. This piece is where I still would want a modification of some sort. Because if you want to take this off, you're going to have a challenge. I do have footballs from Dollar Tree, but they are, for the most part, glued onto my PVC. But that gives me an idea. Hold on. This one is... These are both 1/2 inch. This is 1/2 inch thick wall. This is 1/2 inch thin wall. That's true. Well, so it does come off. It does come off. It's just tricky. It doesn't just pull off like a lot of them. So if we said this has been spinning and we're ready to take it off, I'm actually going to wait for it to come back around so I don't have to fight it. Gotta have my trusty screwdriver to get it off. I'm waiting for it to very slowly make its way around. There we go. So I would probably not put my locking pin if I didn't have to. If I didn't have issues with it falling off, I would probably skip the locking nut. So you have to take this out to then pull this off to switch your arm. The arm does seem level. What is giving me an issue here is this piece because it doesn't actually fit the cup. Okay, I was going to say, this is what came with it. This one is 1/2 inch thick wall. So those are not identical. So this is not going to, like this 1/2 inch thick wall is not going to be as snug. Yeah. So that would be, let's try this one. Yeah, this one wouldn't be snug on it at all. So your two standard PVCs, your thick wall and your thin wall and your 1/2 inch, are not going to fit it. This is going to be furniture grade, is going to be my guess. So, so the arm comes off, but you would need that specific PVC to make another arm. And then you have to line this screw back up and put your locking Your little teeny tiny. Locking nut back on. So that part's not my favorite. And this foam is definitely not doing anything for me. But could you stick a football on it? Sure. Let me see if one of these footballs is not glued anymore. That was close enough. It only matters in the sense that if you wanted to make yourself replacement arms. Because you would need it to be snug on there if you were trying to make replacement arms. It still needs to be snug on it, otherwise it's going to bounce. So yes, you could put a football on this and be okay. So the reason it would matter, if you have too much give between the spinning part and this, you're going to risk it bouncing up and down. So it's going to be like if you've ever had one of these on a rotisserie rod, where it goes donk, 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 gonk, donk, donk, gonk. That would be the only concern. So ideally you would want the same PVC. Cutting the footballs and doing replacement arms. I'll do it. I think I have one. I don't have a football that's not cut down here, but I think there's a video on it already. And if I had a football, I would show you what I do, but I don't. Give me just a second. Let me see if I have one down here. I don't think I do. I think they're all upstairs. Actually. Hey, Dano. In the kids' toy bin, I think, is one of my footballs. Would you bring it in here, please? Sorry, ladies. Nothing with it since it's using the right size PVC. There was no bounce because of it. I am going to go ahead and take this back off, and we're going to use this one just for the time being. All right. Thank you. All right, guys. Bear with me. I don't want to make any mistakes, but okay. Ask and you shall receive, Glenna. Dollar Tree football, PVC. They did. It was in their drawer. That's not uncommon. This is a much skinnier piece of PVC, so I haven't actually experimented with this. I don't want to do it on the end that has the screwed hole. Okay, there we go. So you're going to take your football, find the point. Now, if you have the ones like this that are two color, it's easier to see that this one's flat, so it's not, but to see that seam. The swirl ones don't have a straight seam. We have not done a word at this point. That doesn't mean we won't. In fact, let's go ahead. We have, this will be, I gotta check my cheat sheet. Okay, this is the third word of the contest. It is not necessarily the third word of the sentence. Third word we're giving you in the contest, and it is mistakes. Mistakes is your third word of the contest. Okay. Football. Find your point. you should be able to feel it. Like, it's going to be easier in a true 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch PVC. Feel the tip into it. Press just a little bit. Nope, you have to go watch the lives. Until you see that line. Okay, see, this PVC sucks. I'm going to use this one. I'm using the other PVC. In part because I don't know which ones were which. All right. Using real. This is true 1/2 inch PVC. So you're going to press on it just enough. You're not trying to break through it yet. You just want an indentation, okay, that you can follow. The hard part of these balls is actually this plastic that's on the outside rim. So you want to then pull the outside edge off, just so you have that. Now it's much easier to work with. So now you take your PVC and you're going to twist and push. And as you twist, you'll hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Now you want to start, when you start hearing it, you want to start making sure you're level. And you're going to want to check this side. Then you're going to want to flip it 90 degrees and check there. See, so this one's starting to point up. So shove it down a little bit and twist. Okay. Okay. And there you go. And the other thing is to think you want it to go all the way till you can feel it pretty deep down in there. You don't want to just go surface deep, because this is supporting your cup. This is what has the strength to support your cup, not the football. If that makes sense. Okay. Let's flip you guys back around. Let's see. Now that we've switched this to a football, we should be able to put this cup back on it. There we go. And put it back on here. So I would not put the top part on, because if you have that top part on, you're going to have a harder time getting this at an angle where you can line it up repeatedly. I'll measure the arm for you in a minute. So let's see. With a football on it, it's definitely more scooted. Uh-oh. There goes my pin because I didn't put the tightening thingy in it. So no, you cannot leave your locking pin out or your locking nut out. So there you go. It's definitely steadier with the football. But like I said, I still don't think I would put this little piece over the top, because that's going to limit you getting the right angle to get this pin in and out. Donna, this is the Hobby Lobby. Turner. So this is not one that we built, but it did have some assembly required. I know there are very similar styles available on Amazon. I have not reviewed them. Nope. This is sold at Hobby Lobby. $34.99. Oh, yeah. $34.99, no coupon at Hobby Lobby. Let me put the pin back in before I do that. Hold on, I had screwed it back. Okay. This little locking pin, this little teeny tiny pin would be what would drive me crazy. So it's pretty steady. You have a little bounce, but it's the whole turner bouncing. It's not the arm. Like this piece is the motor's bouncing. That answers that one. So not bounce in this, but bounce in the motor where it meets. So most of these turners do seem to be built by people that don't make tumblers. That's why I say build your own. Or Texas Laser Studios, who we have a coupon code for. Somebody asked the length of this. So I'm going to take my football back off so I can measure it for you. It is 11 inches. Right at 11. So I had seen some people talk about it. I had seen that Hobby Lobby had them. My Hobby Lobby had just gotten them in. So I thought, well, we'll review it and see. I know there's been some interest in a more budget turner than the Texas Laser. So this was just our option. So, overall thoughts. Let's see. I'm going to turn you guys back towards me. Oh, sorry. My standards are closer to 9. The reason being, depending on your turner, you don't want a ton of space between where your cup. This football's too small for this cup, but that's okay. You don't want a ton of space between the rim of your cup and whatever support your turner has. So you've attached it to the motor in some way, shape, or form out here, and you typically have some sort of support here. In this case, it's that arm that it's resting on. You don't want a ton of space between that and the rim of the cup, because if it's way out here and you have weight on your cup, it takes less weight for it to start to flex down. It's physics. So I tend to make mine shorter. If you're using a noodle, you may want it closer to the 11 or longer, because you want it to go all the way through the noodle to the bottom of the cup. Or you want your noodle to go all the way to the very bottom of your cup. But whereas the football, you may only go to like here. With your noodle, you want to go pretty much all the way through, because there's not as much support. It bends. The code for Texas Laser is ETFDSD2019. So that is Texas Laser Studios. And they have the single turner that Kai uses. Well, Kai's is a double. Their single is $100. This gets you your 10% off. And they have free shipping. So there's that. And that coupon code is good through the end of the month. So if you are planning to take advantage of it, be sure to do it. I'm going to go ahead and take that away again now. So initial thought, or yeah, I'm still going to call it initial thoughts because I haven't actually spent anything. For those that joined in late, this is the Turner. There is your code to ask your Hobby Lobby. They are not sold online. And they are yellow stickers, so they are no coupon. $34.99, no coupon. Slow rotating arm allows for even drying. I'll give them that, but it's really slow. This seems to be my answer to everything. With some modifications, it could be a really good turner. I don't like the foam that it comes with. If you missed it, this is the foam that it comes with. This does not fit in a built 20. It does not fit in a Hobby Lobby 20. I haven't tried it in anything else, but those are what I had in here. What are you looking for, guys? Oh. So I don't love that. And the other thing I don't love is that you have that pin that has to go through here, through the motor, back through here. So that makes it hard to switch it out. Makes it hard to switch it out. Are there any other questions? Yes, I know. I tend to modify. I still have modifications on my Spin-It too. And if it weren't so loud, I might use it more. But even with my modifications, it's very loud. Check the backpack in there. In there, Dan. The flowered backpack. I do. I tinker. I modify. So if you're just starting and you're really looking for a true budget turner, and you don't want to build your own, although I don't understand why you don't, but you don't, this could be a good option. The assembly was relatively easy. Everything was locking nuts and screws. And there were 7 of them if you put the attachment over the top of the arm. And then the one long pin that goes through the PVC arm every time you take it off. And then the other thing would just be to know that it's not a standard PVC. So it's not going to be super easy to build yourself other arms and drill the hole to line up perfectly. So, do we have the same one from Amazon? Yeah, there are, I mentioned that there are some that look almost the exact same style on Amazon. You have to watch, you just need to look at them really closely. So this one's the Hobby Lobby one, but I've seen very similar on Amazon. Some have the little pin, some don't. Some use a PVC cap. I'm fine with the PVC cap if it's a standard Schedule 40 PVC, so you can replace them easily. A lot of them are not. Hello, Houston, Texas. So that's that. Do we have any other questions about it? So this was just a pop-up. I happened to see it and figure we would go ahead and review it because I know there was a video posted, I think it was early this morning, and there was some conversation around it. So I wanted to give you guys our first opinion. It is not a bad beginner turner. It's definitely a step up from the Spin-It in my opinion, but it still has its tweaks. I would almost rather it be a just a standard screw-on PVC cap than that pin. If I knew nothing about turners, would I recommend it? Just starting, yes. I would say it's fine just starting out. It's going to do what you need it to do getting started. It's just not, there's some of the things you see, especially as you start doing more than one cup at a time. Somebody just said something about it gets hot. This one gets hot? I'll turn it on and run it for a while. It looks like it's got really good ventilation. Let me flip you guys back around. It looks like it has... No, actually none of that is ventilation. It really might get quite hot then. It is a rotisserie motor, so it's fully encapsulated. But, larger cup meaning a 30 ounce. I think it would hold a 30 ounce fine. I don't know if I would go much higher than a 30. Let me put it this way. If I was going higher than a 30, I'm making sure that the rim of my cup is almost up to the support. Oh, your Amazon one gets hot, V? Is it rotisserie motor like this? So if I were doing a larger cup, I am definitely not letting it sit all the way out here. It's going to come all the way up to here. It would have to be well supported. Well, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and I'll let you guys know if it gets hot. But it is still cool as cool could be now, but it hasn't been on that long. Now I had to put it together. I had great intentions of just returning it, but now I had to put it together. All right, do we have any other questions? I can't really zoom out. I'll just scoot you back because I can't zoom out further. Any other questions about this before we... V, send me a message on how hot it gets, because if it's enclosed like this and it's getting hot, you have some sort of wiring issue. I am willing to bet. Now, if it's running one of the little disc motors that's not encased, they will get warm, but it shouldn't get super hot if it's wired correctly. All right, as you guys know, I have a delay, so I am going to give it about another minute, and if I don't see any other questions, we will call it a night. Oh, okay, you're not using it. All right, cool. So we did give you a third word during this video, so if you are just now tuning in, be sure to watch the replay, because I will not repeat it, but there was a word given. And that's it. If I don't see any other questions, then we will call it a night. Good night, our Dumblers or Dumbler Nation. We'll find something that works. So. All right. We're going to go ahead and call it a night. We will see you all. There is a video coming tomorrow. Time is not specified at this point, but we will have a video tomorrow. At least one. At least one video tomorrow. All right, that's it. See you guys.